Hi guys, I'm Sha. So thank you guys so much if you have been staying tuned to this digital diary series, and if you are new here, welcome. So we are finally in week 4 of my digital diary series, and before I talk about what we're gonna be diving in today, I have a major announcement. I'll be dropping my next single on May 30th! Woo! I'm super excited because it's been a long time coming, but at the same time, I feel sort of relieved that this is the first of the many songs that I'll be releasing this year, hopefully. And I feel like this week's vlog just worked so seamlessly and aligned to the timing of my release, because I'm sharing to you how I wrote Love on Hold. So I hope you guys keep watching. It's gonna be really fun. And on top of that, I'll also be making this into a 2-part vlog, because there is a vlog that I did, and as I was editing it, I felt like it needed to have its own space for it so that you guys can watch and hopefully resonate too. But since we are here right now and I have your attention, look at me, make sure you go and pre-save Love on Hold right now. The link is in my bio. And without further ado, roll the tapes. Hello, this is your girl Sha, back with the mixtape update. I'm getting ready right now because I'm gonna go out to run some errands, and I'm actually excited to run this errand because part of my week 2 task of the Artist Way is basically to list down 20 things that you enjoy doing. One of the things that I enjoy doing that I don't do enough is going shopping alone. I am not really someone that shops because, like, I would say number one, I'm kind of like glad that I'm in a position where people either send me stuff, or I don't know, I don't like to really like buy things, because I feel like if I don't need them, then I don't see the point of buying it. But you know what I love to buy? Plants. I would like to buy more plants, because the lemon trees that I tried growing about 2 years ago was killed by the weather. But to be fair, lemon trees are very difficult to grow, and if you're someone who is new in growing your own plants, I recommend to start with chilies. Anyways, an update. I had a meeting last night with Essay and Katsu, and they're from T21. They're my distributor, but also, like, alhamdulillah, like, I see them as like my partners, my collaborators, my support system for this mixtape project, because last night I finally shared with them the idea. And I think anytime when you're gonna say a big plan about something, you're always worried whether like you could actually do it. You know, it's kind of like one of those things that where you don't want to jinx it and you end up not doing what you set out on doing. But this one, because I have a solid plan, I've always wanted to reach out to SA for this sort of thing, because he's honestly the right person for it, and I really can't see anybody else that I personally would rather work with than them. The meeting last night was really good. I played Love on Hold to both of them, and I'm really happy that they liked it. And it just makes me happy that like Katsu is just like saying how it just brought her back to the time when you're like young and in love. And I like the fact that my song has that nostalgic feeling when they hear it, and it just takes them back to a certain memory. So it's nice, and I really appreciate that. So thank you, Katsu. It was such a good meeting. You know, I would always encourage my other independent peers to always do like a deck for your release, whether it's a single or whether it's gonna be a mixtape or album. But it's always important to have a deck that has the master timeline of your release, your contents, all of that. Even though some people might find it boring, I don't, because I use Canva. This important deck reflects the world that you're trying to build, you know. And Canva is so easy. There's so many templates that you can use to basically be like your scrapbook of ideas. If you haven't been on Canva yet, I think you should. If you're an independent, I think you should, because that shit will help you out. By the time that the song is released and you guys come across this, you're gonna be like, okay, we see what she's been working on and what she been, planning this entire time. So honestly, for me, like, Love on Hold was such an easy, no-brainer song to make. I wrote it in a way that I wasn't even thinking that it was gonna be like the song, I just wrote it because at that moment I was thinking about a guy that I was into, and with this person that I feel slowly like infatuated with, I felt like it was a healthy kind. And that's why I feel like the song reflected the way it did. Even when I wrote Candy Mine, I wrote it inspired by a guy that I was talking to. But Candy Mine, if I compared it to Love on Hold, like, I feel like it's such a difference in me as a person, because when you know it's a healthy thing for you, it just becomes simple. And Candy Mine was really fun to make because I acknowledge the fact that, like, even being like in a situationship or even lusting for someone is a human experience and it's fun. But now I've just probably grown and found something that is more of a healthy addition to my life. I'm not here to talk about my love life, to be honest, because I am in love with my life. First and foremost, I'm such a person that's like very private about things because I want to see it through. And I feel like we live in a generation where like people are so eager to want something, and that comes with a set of expectations, and sometimes unrealistic expectations, that you just find yourself disappointed. Love on Hold is basically about that, like fighting that eagerness and fighting that feeling of things are going good, but you have to be comfortable in taking time with it. But of course, there's always going to be moments where you're just kind of like, I hope this feelings that I have for this person is not like put on hold, or like, is this the good as it gets type of thing, And honestly, it's open to interpretation because that's the way I see my songs most of the time. It's really open to interpretation, but that's just how I felt in the moment when I wrote it. We are now in week 4 because today is the 18th of March. Anyways, how we holding up? We're doing good. I don't know, I forgot whether I shared about my session with Kenny and Emino last week. And honestly, it's definitely one of my best writing yet. I feel like as I progress more into this Artist Way course, these morning pages that I've been working on every morning have just, made me come much more closer and closer to myself. This whole week is about coming closer to yourself, and how the morning pages or like these journaling that you do is that thing that wipes the mirror and guides you. Basically, you can't tell anybody else about how you feel, nor can you confront your inner thoughts, fears, feelings, insecurity as much as the way these morning pages can bring out of you. I think putting it down onto a piece of paper helped me sort of take accountability for that for myself. Week 4 is really exciting for me because I genuinely, maybe because I'm already someone that is really open to the self-work aspect of things. Even if it's a small inch of progress, it's still progress, and I personally feel the progress to myself. As far as this project goes for me musically, I think as of now, I'd say there is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 songs that I feel really good about. I'd probably need about 2-3 more and see how I feel, because like financial planning is so important. Knowing where your money goes into which project and how much you could afford is important as well. For me, the way I go about it is that for my first release, I'll keep it as a separate budget from the mixtape, and then maybe when I finish my second song, the release, that will be another form of separate budget. Is because I need to think about my money flow. the accumulation. A lot of people really don't understand artists really makes money more from their brand deals or like anything outside of music, let me be honest, because music royalties, the payment don't depend on the royalties. Like she's a quarterly basis type of chick, you know? If you want like a good solid money coming in and coming out. I think some people may not enjoy this. Sometimes I don't either, but you have to know business. You have to know how to put yourself as a business person when it comes to brands, and how do you brand yourself, how do you dress yourself, how do you portray yourself, so that you can get these brands to collaborate and work with you so that you can finance your project. There's gotta be some give and take here.